Immigrants are taking all the jobs. This sentiment has been around forever, but in Canada it's becoming louder as industries evolve and automation replaces more traditional roles. Some Canadians feel squeezed out of opportunities, especially in sectors like technology or healthcare, where skilled immigrants often excel. But the idea that immigrants are stealing jobs is an absolute myth. While the data says immigrants are filling labor shortages in industries like Canadians are either unwilling or unable to work in. The real issue isn't job competition, it's about skill gaps, lack of training programs, and changing industry demands. And immigrants are simply filling the roles that needed to be filled. Now, here's a deeper question: why are immigrants so often the scapegoats? From the human psychology standpoint, it's easier to blame the other than to confront complex systemic issues. Because immigrants become a visible target, especially during times of economic uncertainty. And also, certain political leaders and media outlets amplify these frustrations, framing immigrants as a problem rather than part of the solution. With immigration, of course, comes change, with new languages coming up into the country, with traditions and communities of different regions across the world. For this, some of the Canadians feels like a loss of identity, even though Canada's multiculturalism has always been its strength. So the real problems Canadians should focus on instead of blaming immigrants, here are some of the real issues that need attention. Affordable housing. Government needs to invest in housing, streamline development processes, and rethink zoning laws. And healthcare needs more funding, better infrastructure, and strategic workforce planning are some of the key elements within the sector. And of course, job training, preparing Canadians for the jobs of the essential for the future is essential, especially in sectors facing automation. And one thing to always remember, immigrants are not the ones who created these problems. These are issues that have been building up for decades due to policy gaps and mismanagement. And of course, with all of the blame game that is happening, there are real consequences for the immigrants, where it probably be an emotional toll for many newcomers, where they feel unwelcomed and undervalued, even though they contribute so much to Canada's economy and the culture. When immigrants are blamed, it creates roadblocks to their success, from hiring biases to social exclusion. So, how can we shift the narrative?